obnoxious motherfucker, can't you tell? Run through Little Havana yelling Viva Fidel, jerking off with the sheets when I stay at hotels, drinking Bacardi at AA meetings, smoking the L. I'm broke as hell, my attitude is no good, like working for white people after watching Rosewood. So I'm a mercenary, I don't care how I get richer, like American companies that did business with Hitler. Get the picture, nigga? I'm the best of both worlds without the hidden camera and the 12-year-old girl. Let's face it, you're basic, you aren't half the man that I am. I'll throw your gang sign up and then I'll spit on my hand. Give me $100 grand, give me your watch.
Yo, you already know who it is. It's Greg G, and this is the Greg G Chronicles. And yeah, damn it, that was a classic song right there from Immortal Technique. If you don't know, now you do. Immortal Technique, Obnoxious, go check it out. Immortal Technique was the man. I saw that fool in concert. I even think we went to go see those. I packed 2 bowls for 2, but I didn't give a fuck about that shit back then. I didn't care. I knew it was a good song, but Even Waka Flocka was there. I saw some of his shit, but that was it. We just mainly went for Immortal Technique. So shout out Immortal Technique wherever you are. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, showing up and showing out, man. Right now I'm sipping on some rosé. 14 hands, you already know that 7 motherfuckers clapping. So thank y'all for joining. You know what I mean? God damn it. All right. Fuck. Because, I don't know if I was on beat with my thing this time. Because normally I catch it all. I know it. But I wasn't paying attention. I'm just having fun right now. I'm doing my thing, chilling, schmilling. And, yeah, you know, just been enjoying life. Talked to my dad earlier today. That shit was dope as fuck. If you ain't got a dad, then I'm sorry. Be a dad. You know what I mean? Be the dad that you never had to want to be. Whatever the fuck that meant. You know what I mean? Be a good dad, goddammit. But yeah, the reason is because I wanted to see what's up with that fool. It was his birthday. My pops turned 64. Shout out to my dad right there. Yeah. But yeah, damn. That fool fucking turned 64. And I just had to ask him a bunch of shit, you know what I mean? He saw a bunch of stuff. And basically in life, well, he said this shit earlier. What the fuck was it? He said he's had complete control of his own goddamn life. What a fucking savage. He was like, son, I'm a man. I made my own decisions the way I wanted to. I was never forced, pressured, and whatever, you know, because I was different. I didn't always live my life the way I wanted to. I lived it with between others and things like that. But my dad, I can see it within him. Like, damn, he really did his shit. You know what I mean? So my dad's a classic man. Wanted to go to the military, went to the military, wanted to do air jumping school, did that, wanted to do whatever the fuck else he did that I won't say because that's for him to say. You know what I mean? But shit like that. But, you know, he's always made his own choices and shit. And that's what he basically said. You know, he's like, I did it my way. This fool is fucking Frank Sinatra just doing what he did, you know. I ran with the bulls. I fucked your mom. He did fuck my mom. He got that bitch pregnant. Goddamn, with that asshole. You know what I mean? Psh, shame on you. But yeah, that fool was dope as fuck. What else was he saying? Yeah, he just said he lives life free and he does what the fuck he wants and says what he wants to who he wants and doesn't give a fuck. Now, when he does that, he also knows and he said that, you know, and if you're going to live like that and do shit like that, well, then things are going to come back to you. You know what I mean? There's consequences to what you do and say, and you just got to be prepared. And sometimes you aren't, but most of the time you better just be prepared, you know? So wisdom's from an older man. Yeah, and just he lived through shit. I want to say he had clippings of, you know, just he grew up through Vietnam War. I mean, like, he was a kid watching it on TV with Walter Cronkite. And look at them, boys. They're going to go get those gooks, they are. They're going to attack them from the left, from the right. They're going to give that flat-nosed Ho Chi Minh a good what for he is. Yes, we are. You know, shit like that. I don't know if Walter Cronkite talked like that. I can't really remember. He's like, and now the troops are storming the beaches. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But he got to live all that shit. And yeah, he basically just said, you know, Life is what forms your character. You know, how are you going to push through it through adversity? It's not what happens to you, basically how you respond to it, which is, you know, that's what's been said. And if he has a life to say it and that's what he has to say, then goddamn it, that shit must be true, you know. Shit's going to hit you. You're going to be, he said, yeah, he said this. He's like, one day, you know, in a small factor, I've done it. You know what I mean? But he's done it in a much larger scale, which I'm on my way to doing it. But he's like, one day you're gonna be on top of the world, Greg, and everything's gonna be your bitch. And then the next day you're gonna be life's bitch, pretty much. You know. My father's a more eloquent man, but he says life is like a roller coaster, and sometimes you're gonna be up, you're gonna be down, and you're gonna be rolled around. You know, life is unapologetic. Life comes without warning, and you just react to it. And it's how you react, how you push through the adversities, how you handle the good times. That's what's going to form your character and shape who you are in life. And I admire him for saying that because that's pretty dope. Because I've been with my dad, you know, my mom and my dad when they were together, when we were on top. I'm talking about on top. We were rich as shit pretty much. To me, I thought we were balling as fuck. You know what I mean? Then we went to the lows, but even our low was still pretty good. We were lucky. I was blessed at least to have a good family to take care of us and stuff like that. And my mom's a workhorse. My dad's a workhorse. So we were fucking blessed, you know. And yeah, it's very nice actually, you know. But cheers to my dad. He learned about the old Dom Soy. So to my dad, I say, Dom Soy! Whoo, god damn, it's just, because my tits rocked up, son. Ugh. Ooh, fuck. Anyways, so told my dad about the extreme drinking I do on this podcast. You know, and you know what? Some people may not want to listen to this, but it is what it is, you know. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm telling it like it is what it is for what it was. Real quick, even though you don't fucking pay me, but shout out 14 Hands Rosé. You know what I mean? One can is like $4 to $5 at a store, depending on where you live. I don't pay that shit. I get it for $1. Fuck that shit. I ain't gonna pay no $5 fucking for no $5 goddamn dollars for a fucking bottle of wine. Fuck that shit. Like I said, you know, all the rappers wear Versace and Tom Ford and shit. Yeah, they could buy it, but some have deals, and they just make it seem like they bought it. So you know, I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all to drink something that y'all probably can't afford, or that I just can't. I wouldn't go out and buy that shit. What the fuck? But I'm blessed. I've always been blessed. I always put it out there. I pray every day before I go to work. I do my prayers for my family, for grandmas, grandpas, uncles, tias, cousins, you know, future family, everybody, friends, those who I hold close, everybody. You know what I mean? And then I thank God for the blessings He's given me, you know, and to help me push through adversities and stuff like that, and to keep cool, calm, and level. Easier said than done. Easier to pray sometimes. You know, you get those split instincts. I know one of my homies was talking about, you know, you always have that moment. You go with the good or the bad, you know, God's grace or the devil's influence. You know what I'm saying? This is wine, so I'm pretty graceful right now, son. Hell yeah. But yeah, so yeah, shout out to my dad. I love you, man. I don't think he's ever seen one of these episodes, but I told him about the fucking drinking I do on here. He was like, damn, yeah, how much, what do you drink in an hour? And I was like, sure, I'll drink a bottle of wine. Sometimes a bottle of wine and a half, you know what I mean? He's like, God damn. He's like, shoot, I know a bottle of wine can get me plastered. And I was like, yeah, dude. Because I told him about an incident that happened here. And he was like, Jesus Christ, you guys drank a lot. Because, man, we drank fucking 4 shots within like 20 minutes. Easy. Maybe 30. That'll get you. You know what, man? If you... maybe I may have eaten something because this is my house, but the homie probably didn't eat. He probably just jumped straight to without eating, came here. That affects you big time. You know what I mean? So, but I tell him like, dude, you know, I do drinking on here. You basically, you just get drunk on your podcast, and I was like, yeah, I get drunk on my podcast. By the way, speaking of getting drunk on my podcast, I took a YouTube survey. YouTube, listen to this, you son of a bitch. Don't be punishing motherfuckers. Well, I mean, Drink Champs does their thing, but they're famous, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really hate on them. But don't be punishing motherfuckers because they're trying to drink on their show. They're trying to do their thing. We might be drunk, things like that. See, and I'm not being a hater on that. They're all famous already, the people who do it. They already had a fan base. Me, I'm a little old nobody from down the block, from up the street, from a little town that you may know. You know what I'm saying? From a job coming near you, you know? Just a regular ass schmuck. Some dude, a guy, a jabroni, a fugazi. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be more one day. One day. You know what I'm saying? Just like all of us. We all have that drive. And if you don't, man, you better get a fucking car key or fucking something, stick it up your ass and find some drive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, we're all gonna do something better. We all want to do something better for our lives, for our family, leave a legacy, leave something behind. At least that's what I know I want. You know, I can't speak for everybody, but I would like to think that most people do want something more from this life, physically, materialistically, spiritually, all of it. You know what I'm saying? L'chaim to that shit right there. You know, I got to give a fucking shout out real quick to somebody. Let me give a shout out to this fool commenting on my shit. First off, shout out to my cousin, King Ochoa. This fool, OK Robin _RR. I was talking about how, like, don't give up on your life because in a minute, a second, an hour, a day, you can change that whole shit from negative to positive. You know what I mean? Same could go from positive to negative. It can change. But I was doing my fucking Till I Collapse moment, had it in the background playing in the beat for a short. And some people put real shit. One of my homies put possibilities are endless. That shit was funny. Fucking Pedro. But this one said, I'm sorry, I just can't with the SpongeBob painting in the background. Oh, because I got this motherfucker. So I thought that shit is funny because it's funny to be getting serious and shit. And it's like, motherfucker, you got SpongeBob in the background. What the fuck? You know, so, but I like it. You know, it is what it is. That's my shit right there. White tits, Mexican bitch. SpongeBob, legend. You know what I'm saying? Mexican singing legend. You know what I mean? You would think this would be a Mexican podcast and I'll do all that heritage shit, but fuck no, dude. That shit's too much, dude. There's other motherfuckers like that. I'm just doing this. But speaking of other shit and heritage and talking to my dad about history and things he's lived through, and it was Vietnam. Now, I was recently playing a game on Xbox. It was called Men of Valor. Men of Valor is an original. It's just an old game on the original Xbox. You know what I mean? And this is the original Xbox. Everybody else had their video games that they came up with. You know what I mean? Like Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast. I had Gamecast. You know what I'm saying? But what's that? What the fuck is that shit? Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. Gamecast, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. That's it. But PS1, right? I guess PS1 came in, right? Then that was it. Sony killed it with the PS1. My cousin Davio and I, we would play fucking games like a motherfucker at the back or in the front house and shit. My uncle Gabe, Uncle G, you've seen him on the podcast. We would play that shit too at his house. PS2 came out, changed the fucking game. Then that's when Microsoft came out with Xbox. I want to say it was around the PS2. But Xbox was dope. I got an Xbox, but I didn't have Men of Valor. I think my cousins had this shit for GameCube, surprisingly. When GameCube made dope fucking shooting games and made dope shit, GameCube, step up your fucking game. Make a shooting game. Put Call of Duty on goddamn Nintendo, you dumb motherfuckers. Goddamn, your games are fucking gay as fuck. Anyways, though. My wife was lovely enough to buy me an Xbox, an original Xbox from a video game, a super dorky video game store right here called VIP Gaming. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's what's up. She got it for me for an early Christmas gift, Valentine's gift, birthday present. You know, it was a multi-bundle gift. You know what I'm saying? my wife ain't working, so when she comes along some cash, she wanted to fucking bread out her boy or fucking take care of her man's, because I take care of the whole shebang in this household. You know what I mean? For when it comes to my family and everything, I handle it all. So to show her appreciation, she got me an Xbox, and I was like, God damn, she got me 2 controllers and shit, so I could play my multiplayer games. So I got NBA Street 2, dope, savage. I got Madden 2006, because I just love that one, because it had the QB controls and shit, and then Michael Vick was in there, and I can do this fucking play action fake and get 1,000 yards with my boy. But it's not as good with the fucking with the Xbox. I have that shit on PS2, so the Xbox is a little weird. Actually, I had it on the GameCube. The GameCube's fucking doper, but the controls are a little weird on the Xbox, because the Xbox original doesn't have the R1 or L1. It only has L2 and R2. So I'm like, what the fuck? Come on now, Xbox, goddamn it, they got the white and black button. That shit pisses me off. I was like, you fucking faggots, goddamn, you motherfucking faggots, goddamn it. Oh, I ought to fucking slap you in your fucking clitoris, goddamn it. But, stick my dick in your X box. Fuck. But other than that, though, that shit's cool. I was playing my Vietnam game, though, Man of Valor. Old school graphics, you know what I'm saying? I think that game came out in like 04, maybe? I don't know, but get this, though. The fucking company's called 2015. I was like, what the fuck? At 2015? It's like 2024 now, goddammit. I was like, wow, dude. This is now back then, but when they came out with that company, that was hella far in the future. I was like, damn, that shit's crazy. To be in the future, but now it's the past during the more past. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2004, but we're going to call ourselves 2015 because we're ahead next gen gaming. But now it's already past that shit, dude. It's like, what the fuck? Did they think that the world was going to end in 2012 or some shit? Yeah, come on now. The Mayans weren't right with that. I know the Mayans. I know we invented math and shit. That guy, not Ramona Vicente Fernandez. He didn't invent no math, goddammit. Like a goddamn newscaster right there. That guy holding the bitch. Yeah, shout out to the rosé. Oh, my face. Oh, goddamn. Ooh. Whoo. Whew. It's not too shabby.
Mel Gibson, not too shabby.
Smell Gibson-y. It's a little rough, but not too shabby. You know what I mean? But it's a fun game, dude. The graphics are all fucked up and shit, but I'm in Vietnam, goddammit. This is war. I'm stationed in Da Nang. I'm surrounded by all these gooks. We call him Charlie. I'm surrounded by Charlie, goddammit. And I gotta fucking get out of here, And I was on live and playing this shit. And yeah, I was getting racist as a motherfucker, you know what I mean? But this is war. And it was a live podcast. I was just fucking around and having too much fun. But, because if anyone knows, I fuck with the culture. I fuck with the Asian folks. They're my homies. My fucking main Cheers is an Asian one, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? But it's just fun to have fun. You just got to know how. In the words of Michael Myers, The Cat in the Hat. But yeah, dude, I was just like, God damn, dude, this game was the shit. My cousins had that, and it started off just like how it did back in the day when we were in the jungle. We got to go up and shoot some motherfucking Viet Cong, the VC, and they're just coming up. Die, you fucking American, you fucking Yankee scum. And they're talking mad shit. They're like, fuck you. And they're running at us. Fuck are you. And they'll scare. And it's just like anything I've heard of like, well, Tom Segura's dad, that fool said he was in Vietnam. And he's like, well, they scared us, but we just shot the shit out of them. And that's what I was thinking when I was playing that game. This fool came out, and I was in the game. I was fucking, I forgot who the hell said something. It's in the game. Oh, EA Sports, it's in the game. I was all EA'd up in that shit. I was like, then this motherfucker, die you Yankee motherfucker. I look to my left, no one. I look to my right, here he comes. I blast this motherfucker up. I'm running through, bam, bam, bam. I don't know where I'm shooting. Sometimes I'm just lining this bitch up. I'm throwing grenades and shit. I don't even know. I'm just throwing them, right? And I was like, God damn, dude, if this is like a 10th or a 100th or something of what it was. I was like, God damn. You can't even compare it, honestly. Why am I trying to compare the game to the actual real life situation? You know what I'm saying? And so I talked to my dad about that shit, about just, wars and stuff. And he was talking about how, yeah, man, I forgot what he said. I just know all the things that I just learned. But because my dad wasn't in Vietnam, he was more so talking about how some of the Rangers were brought in there actually, and Kennedy was the one who bring in the Rangers, the Army Rangers, Green Beret, a special unit, special ops. Motherfucker, I swear to God, you better not tell nobody about this. We're gonna send these motherfuckers in black and green face paint with green hats. Not fucking teal, bitch. Not maroon, green. Jungle green. So yeah, I say we send in the Green Berets, and they shall kill them. And I'll be fucking the shit out of this one whore. Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, that white hoe. Yeah, that hoe. But yeah, so yeah, it was pretty cool. He was telling me that shit, and I got to learn all these fucking dope ass things from this video game. This video game, they got generals quoting shit like, it was a tough battle for the men. Some weren't given their respect when they got home, but goddamn it, we did what we needed to do, and we fought for what we thought was America's freedom, and we did just so. Some were like, us being here is the only thing that's stopping communism from spreading. If it spreads to Myanmar, then Malaysia, Taiwan, or whatever the fuck, then Laos, Myla, or whatever will fall. So they were just saying shit like that and dropping sweet informational knowledge. It was one thing. It was a myth. It was a thing that says myth. So here it goes. Myth. They say disproportionately a lot of black soldiers were sent to the slaughter or killed in Vietnam War. Myth. Here's the fucking truth. For all you truthers out there. Fake news. I knew they were not telling the news. No. Horrible. Horrible impression. I wasn't trying. But they were saying that, actually like 83.9% of the men that were dying were Caucasian. Caucasian. And if you don't know what Caucasian means, it's not a big cocked Asian dude. No, Caucasian is white. If you don't know what Caucasian is by now, then Jesus Christ. But, because I don't know, there might be a new viewer on here that isn't that smart or thinks I'm not educated, don't educate myself, but so they want to watch this, which is, yeah, I have been known to attract the retards. Anyways, though, a vast majority of the people dying in Vietnam were Caucasian. Maybe because black folks were faster, stronger, smarter. What's that? They were all a bunch of Bianca Belair's fastest, strongest, dopest. You know what I mean? But it was is that maybe there was more predominantly different divisions that were black, or who knows? So that's just what the game is. Some people could have been sent to the slaughter. Like, hey, we got these 50 black dudes. Let's just go fucking send them up front real quick. You know what I mean? Just to test the waters before we send our 400 whites to then go get slaughtered. You know what I mean? Just to test the water. So it's not always black and white, and there's gray areas. There is some fucked up to the good and good to the bad. You know what I mean? But I'm just going off of what I'm reading and shit. So this game did say, though, that like 13.2% of them were black, and the soldiers of the thems. You know what I mean? But 83% of the people that died, but 83 point something were Caucasian. But the Caucasian also included Mexicans. The Mexicans. So that's pretty dope. I mean, there was Mexicans up in that bitch. People always forget about us. They forget about the Mexicans that went into goddamn Vietnam. Hey, Charlie, we're gonna go fucking shoot fucking Charlie. That fucking A. That fucking S.A. That fucking N.A. That fucking piece of shit, eh? He don't know nothing. USA, man. Can you imagine there's some fucking first year Mexicans who joined the military to get their green card, and they're like, para USA, motherfucker. You got fucking Paco, fucking Pedro, fucking Miguel. You got Lieutenant Miguel Sandoval Sanchez reporting for duty. Goddamn. Shout out to Lieutenant Miguel Sandoval Sanchez. What a savage. Also, too, the dopest shit to know, because Vietnam's a fucking forgotten war, dude. No one wants to talk about goddamn Nam. No one wants to talk about what happened in Da Nang, the rape of My Lai, or Me Lai. Some people say My Lai, My Lai. I don't know. You know what I mean? But look it up, the rape of My Lai. Because, America did its own little raping over there. Because you got the rape of Taiwan, I want to say, or the rape of Nanking. I want to say the rape of Nanking, one of those fucking things. But the rape of My Lai, dude, that's one that no one wants to talk about. But basically, and I remember watching a video in high school about this one. There was this one black fool. He's like, man, I'm taking these motherfucking pills just to get over what I did over there. We was killing motherfuckers. I killed babies. I killed women. I killed men. I killed them all. That's what we did, and I still have to live with it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like, dude, because, like, that was the first time we experienced guerrilla warfare where we couldn't trust nobody. We don't know who's who, you know what I mean? And even in the video game, you got villagers that pull up. They're villagers. They had a cow. And then, that cow got in the road and they're like, you know, they're like probably saying, hey, my goat just goes. It's going to be here. You know what I mean? It's just going to stay here. Then all of a sudden you get ambushed. Pra, pra, pra. They pull out guns. You got to shoot them motherfuckers. Pra, pra. Shoot the fucking cow just because it's a fucking cow on the wrong side. It's not a happy cow from California. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fucking strong steed or a steer from fucking Texas. It's not a herding, girding fucking Colorado bull or a cow eating marijuana all happy and high as shit. But yeah, so you're doing your thing. And no one wants to talk about that shit because it is fucked up, and a lot of the soldiers were like, dude, I don't like the way the media is covering this shit. Because this was the first time, and this one I did know, I didn't have to look this up, but World War II, you started getting some footages, you know what I mean, of old shit and what happened. You got to see some shit, you know what I mean? But Vietnam was really the first war where cameras were really there more. They would be in the lines and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? There was people that were like, just sent there for their job, Fox News, CNN, fucking whatever the fuck was there back in the day, whatever Walter Cronkite was on, you know what I'm saying? But that shit was cool. But the thing is, now you get to see the actual brutality of war and what we were doing, just dropping bombs, napalm bombs too. My dad actually told me a quote that they would start saying. Because he learned this, because he went to military school, he went to the military, so you learn military history and shit. I don't know if they do all that now, because kids don't want to fucking learn shit. But, and back to learning too, you'll know something about learning, why you should study your history and wars or in combat and stuff like that. But, anyways, my dad said, oh yeah, man, they had a saying called napalm sticks to kids. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Because napalm is like a petroleum jelly or a jelly that, what would happen was, so there's a bomb that goes, it's a bomb, an explosive incendiary device that explodes. And when it explodes, it scatters this napalm jelly. This jelly that just covers the field about a whole football field, 2 football fields wide. You know what I mean? Just as big as the eye can see. And, if you play video games like that where the bombs do their thing, yeah, you see it on the thing. But, like, when you put it to your actual scope of seeing 2 football fields put together, dude, and then just seeing that shit all of a sudden, just, whoosh, just a big boom, and whoosh, just fire, raging fire, dude. And if you don't know about fire like that, dude, that heat that emanates from it, the heat radiation of it, or whatever, the heat emanating from that, it must be something intense. You know what I mean? I was hearing quotes from a documentary about guys who were there, and he was like, man, fuck, dude, it fucking sucked. It sucked ass, because they would drop bombs hella close, like 100 feet sometimes, or like fucking, like just right there, dude, like from, let's say you stand out your house, maybe the street isn't too far, so maybe across the street to where your neighbors are. Woof. And you get fucked up too, and you're like, oh oh, fuck, I'm all blistered up. The heat got me, but I'm in pain. I can't hear nothing, but I still got to shoot. And you're still trying to shoot or you're just going to die, dude. I was like, God damn, dude. That shit was intense hearing that. And I was just in my car. I was just in my car driving from work. I was like, I was gonna pretend like I was smoking a cigarette. I don't fucking smoke cigarettes no more. What the fuck? I mean, unless I'm good and drunk and some homies come through with cigarettes, I'm back to that stage. You know what I mean? Because you start off, oh, I don't gotta pay for just like anything, cocaine, weed, cigarettes. If you do it, meth, heroin, really expensive food. I don't know, just whatever the fuck you want to pick and choose. Drink, alcohol for sure. Oh, I don't pay for that shit. The homies got it. So I'm going to just do it whenever the homies around, blah, 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 you know. And then sooner or later, you're like, fuck, I got to buy myself that pack, that sack, that thing, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Then you're hooked. So that being said, though, now I'm back to just, if the homies got it, I'll take some. You know what I mean? Depending on. So that's not bad. Over here talking about this shit. Now I'm fucking all scratching and fucking around my nose. God damn it. What kind of timing is that shit? That's bullshit. But yeah, so just explosions going off near you. You're covered in blood and you're blistered, boiling and shit like that. And just if you got maimed or injured and shit like that, 99% chance you're going to fucking die. If you got fucked up, you're going to die. Because the helicopters would come in. How long that fucking took. But then the nearest place to get you was an hour away. So that's hundreds of miles. An hour? An hour in a plane, dude? You know what I mean? And if you're lucky, maybe that plane didn't get shot down. Because I think like some crazy, like 5,000 planes got shot down during Vietnam. And goddamn Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. Never even seen that fucking movie, but I just heard it from Family Guy. Good morning, Vietnam. Whatever, right? But yeah, so I was like, damn, dude, that shit's fucking crazy, intense. And all the bombs that we dropped in Vietnam equaled up to 8 million tons. And it rounded up because I heard 8 million tons, but then I heard 7.8 million tons. So 7,800,000 tons of TNT. So fuck it. They're like, you know what, close enough. Let's round it up to 8 million. So practically 16 million pounds of TNT, because one ton is 2,000 pounds. I want to say, 1 ton, 2,000 pounds, right? Not a metric ton. A metric ton is different. I actually Googled what's the difference between a ton and a metric ton. I forgot. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so they 16,000 pounds of TNT. God damn. And that was way more than what we dropped in World War II. So I was like, fuck. Just to think about that. You know what I mean? 16,000 pounds or 8 tons of TNT being dropped. If that was on USA land, I wonder what that would equal to. Where are we bombed? What's that? What would be the state of that? Would that be California gone? What state could that get rid of? And how big were these places? Like the sheer landmass. And it lets you know how small you are in this world and how nothing and insignificant we all are. Because of things like that. We got this whole vastness and shit like that. You know what I mean? This whole vastness in life and the ecosystem, and we don't even know the full aspects of our own ocean. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, dude, to truly understand the sheer landmass. And I was just tripping because where I come from, California, you know what I mean? To see all the lands and highways and roads that you've never been on and seen just in California. And then now you move to a fucking different state like Idaho, or you go to Kentucky or fucking Texas or fucking New York, and now you're doing the same shit and you're like, God damn, you mean this state has other cities that are 2, 4 hours, 8 hours away? God damn. You know what I mean? Not all states, because some states are smaller, but some states do, you know? And it's like, whoa. Now you think about a whole other country, a whole other continent or whatever, and you're like, fuck. Goddamn, they got cities that are 5 hours away, 8 hours away. You're like, what the fuck? I didn't expect this, you know. So it's like, wow, holy shit, the world is huge, and we're not even the biggest planet. You know what I mean? In our whole galaxy, and then the galaxy within the solar system, or solar system galaxy. I forget which one it goes. You know, planet, solar system, galaxy. Whatever, yeah, because the solar system is here, the Milky Way galaxy, and then there's other galaxies within the whole universe, whatever the fuck it is, right? I'm not Mike Tyson or Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm not out here knocking the shit out of you, the fucking goddamn space out of Uranus. God damn it. But learning history is fun. It's pretty cool to know. I do feel bad for all the people. Who went to that and then weren't given their proper thank yous because they were called baby killers, fucking this and that, and some of the soldiers who were saying that were in the battle were saying, man, these fucking faggot ass newscasters, they'll come in here, say this shit, right, like they all that, and but they came in here after the fact. They didn't know what was going on. They'll come up in here because in the video games you got the newscaster guy in there and you got to rescue him and shit. But like, are you really gonna be in there in the action? Some people were. They don't get me wrong. I want to say I did see in real footage and shit people getting shot at, but who knows? You know, they could have scripted that, for the TV person. They're like, hey, shoot the. Because here's why I'm saying this is I'm gonna get to this. They could have been scripting it not because it's some Illuminati bullshit. But it's to make the narrative fit, at least for views, ratings, to make it seem like, wow, your newscaster's out there in danger, in real danger. But really, a newscaster was saying that while they were out there filming, which gives merit a bit to what the soldier was saying about how sometimes they would show up later after the fact, after they were shot by men, women, and children. Because when men, women, and children were all shooting at the U.S. soldiers, they didn't know who to trust. You know, they would be like, yeah, dude, we pay this dude's wife $10 a month to clean our shoes, do our laundry. She'd be doing her thing. Husband would be there. We'd be working with them, but they'd be the same people shooting at us the next night. You know, they kind of knew where we'd be. But we didn't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? And because we're Americans, my dad did say, well, we got to live by rules and do by rules. You know what I mean? What a savage. Like, oh, we got these fucking stupid rules in the way. You know? Oh, God damn it. Goddamn the U.S. having to be the only country that plays by the goddamn rules. You know what I mean? Because if we fuck up, we're not going to be looking good, or we'll lose the trust of the world to be the world's policeman or the new fucking top dog, you know? Because to be the top dog, you got to stay the top dog, and you got to make sure you do top dog shit. But, and a top dog just doesn't go around killing anybody. You know what I mean? You can't just keep blasting motherfuckers because then you're too crazy. You're like fucking, Ray Liotta in Goodfellas when he's too bloodthirsty killing, so they have to kill him when he's getting fucking inaugurated to be a made man. You know what I mean? That being said, though, the soldier did say that those pussy cameramen were coming in late and not knowing what was really going on. Sorry, I've got distracted by all the rules and the real shit because America's dope as fuck. USA all day, baby. All right. Anyways, though, so the cameraman even admitted, he was like, man, we would be up in there, right? But to be honest, all that footage, in order to get this shit to be, it took a day. It would take a day to get this shit out back to the United States. So it would take a long time, basically. Maybe a day, 2 days. We'll say 2 days because that sounds longer. You know what I mean? 2 days to us doesn't sound like a long time. But to that time, it was a hustle. You know what I mean? Now with all this shit, it'll get here within seconds. You know what I mean? A day, 2 days compared to seconds or instant. Think about that, because now we got live camera feeds, YouTube uploads, all of that shit quick within an instant. 5 minutes, an hour, you know. Whatever, how long it takes for you to get that video up, link loaded, or if you're going on a live, then it's live right then and there for people to see. But an hour or two, a day or two was forever compared to today's technology. So what they would do though is they would just do the footage, and they would do the footage, and they would have a dude talking right there, or just have a guy looking like he was there. But what they would do is the guy wasn't saying what he was saying right there out on the field, because you were just hearing blasts and booms and explosions and shit, right? But what they would do is they would get another guy who was back in the United States, back in the States, tucked up in a penthouse, in a suite, something, and he would do voiceovers. Well, looky here, boys, we got the U.S. over here killing babies, you see? You know? Or, look at our boys shooting weapons and killing the goddamn Vietnam. And, but really, though, it could have been just a dude standing there while they were just doing training, just shooting at shit, you know what I mean? Getting their training on while they were there. I bet you sometimes they could have went out, but, you know, you never know. And the guy said that we were just having to get this video or just do voiceovers over shit and make shit fit together with things. So I was like, God damn, they were really jigsawing their news to make it fit, to get whatever they could, to be like, yeah, close enough, you're good. If the words kind of go along with this, good enough, fuck it, let them be, let it say, let it ride, let it go. So I was like, God damn, dude, that shit's crazy. Another thing, one fool was saying that everyone was all drugged up and shit on pills or heroin, on that sweet, sweet heroin, you know what I mean? But the guy was like, not my men. The men that I knew were good men, good, clean men, outstanding men, and shit like that. But, you know, I'm sure there was people out there, you know, doing heroin. But he's like, dude, the movie portrayed a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? It's there, yeah, don't get me wrong. There's, to say none of them were doing it is crazy. But to say that everyone was doing it is crazy too. You know what I mean? So there was a fine line and balance, especially when you had like a million motherfuckers there. Or, you know what I mean? Out of a million, 10,000, 100,000. 100,000 out of a million is still only 10%. That's still a pass to me if 90% of your boys are staying clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, were they smoking weed? Probably, yeah. You saw Platoon take the rifle boy and smoke this weed. You know what I mean? The fucking gay-ass Charlie Sheen with his fucking tiger blood ass AIDS. He got tiger AIDS. That's what that motherfucker got. He was fucking a tiger, goddammit. But, anyways, though, yeah, you know, so it was pretty interesting to now play this game and look back and think about the history, and that's what I'm glad that it made me do. You know, I think I did how it's supposed to be intended. You know, you do something, you talk about something, you see something, and then you go and research, you go and dig up a little something, and now you got a little factor, a little lesson to learn in life, or a lesson you learned in life. Maybe regurgitate it in your own words to someone else, or spit the word for word verbatim fact. You know what I mean? But now you walk away learning something and respecting what men and women went through during this time. My dad was like, yeah, you got these fucking hippy dippy ass fucking people on this side. You got the war people. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But my dad was a kid though, going through this shit. My dad being 64 now, he said he was like maybe he was in the single digits. That's how old he was. Like, I was in the single digits. So I was like, yeah, all right. So like 8, 9. And he was like, yeah, I was 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, you know, 10 maybe, I don't know. And I was like, damn, why were you afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9, you know what I mean? But that's all I was thinking in my dumb ass mind when we was saying the single digits. I was like, what the fuck? I'm over here thinking of a children's joke while we're talking about war. Well, it was war, goddammit. But shout out to the Moondocks and the white brother, Ed Wensler the third. Shout out to Ed Wensler the third, baby. It was war. And then they stopped taking me out because I started shitting in my pants. They started calling me stank bomb and shit. Damn. Anyway, so, yeah, it was pretty cool. And then that was all the sad shit about it, I guess. Babies killed and everything. But what Vietnam did bring us was still the fact that we could fuck up. It brought us like our first proxy war. That's what my dad was saying. He's like, you know what, he said, you know what, maybe it's Korean War. My dad was like, maybe you could say the Korean War was like the first like political proxy war, but he's like, but nah, Vietnam to me feels like it was the first one. And I get that because that was a proxy war in order to keep the American justice system and democracy in place and shit like that. Maybe destabilize the region enough to where people was just gonna choose and stay and just be in all out forever war and shit like that, or just be in displacement. And it maybe could still be, maybe not now. You know what I mean? Maybe not now. But it leads into now the Iraq, the Desert Storms, and all that shit. You know what I mean? All the high treasons with the Iran-Contra, Ollie North, and things like that went in through it after with Noriega and Panama, which is around the time that my dad was actually in the military, doing his thing, jumping out of planes, death from above, because I talked to him about his infantry experience. He was in the 82nd Airborne Infantry. They were called the All-American Soldier, because their emblem was an AA, red, white, and blue, an A and an A. Not no AA meeting, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, an AA meeting, a kicking your ass, shooting down on you, motherfuckers, death from above, because that was their saying, death from above. Plane people took it or whatever the fuck, but they were the airborne troopers were the first people to actually take the term of death from above. So that was pretty cool, pretty amazing to hear. From the horse's mouth, a man who lived it and experienced it, jumped out of planes, and she's like, shoot, son. He was going to take me out of a plane in Modesto. He was going to take me out jumping. But he's like, you know what, son, you got to be strapped to a motherfucker and a guy. And I was like, yeah, Dad, that sounds pretty gay. He's like, I know, that shit is gay. Son, if you want to get a real experience, you have to go to the military to just jump out of planes and stuff, so where you don't have to do that. We didn't too, because a guy died. Stop me if you've heard the story before. Maybe not, maybe have. Whatever, though. But yeah, some fool died like 2 weeks before we were gonna go. So I was like, hell no, I ain't going. I ain't jumping out of no plane with one mother when the motherfucker already died. I'm done. I'm out of here. And he's like, yeah, no, I feel you. And he was probably he was probably thinking I'm a pussy for that aspect back in the day, because this was like, I was probably like 21 maybe at the time, maybe 18 to 21. So easy 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years ago, whatever the fuck, a long time ago in the future, but in the past. But he was just like, damn it, dude, I don't want to be fucking stuck with no motherfucker guy riding on my ass, telling me that I can't jump on my own. Shoot, son, I've done 157,000 jumps. I've been jumping out of planes since before you were born, son. I'll tell you this. And I was like, God damn, Dad. Way to make me feel like a pussy. He's like, I don't need no motherfucker telling me shit. And my dad is a very intelligent man, a very out there guy. He doesn't curse. He's a shoot chat guy. You know what I mean? But when he curses, he's like, I don't need some motherfucker telling me I can't jump out of a plane on my own. He doesn't know who the hell I am. Shoot, yeah, I've done 157 million jumps. I tell you what, I've been dropping down. But he'll just say some shit. I was like, all right. Ruck up, soldier, goddamn. You know what I mean? This fucking guy. Savage. But anyways, though, on a better note, what the Vietnam War did bring in, I don't know, I'm looking, this shit ain't on my notes, whatever. But real quick, though, to let you know, the Vietnam War, what they got on this one thing I do know for sure, hands down, didn't have to look at it, it was a 10-year war. It was a 10-year war. I already know that. Holy shit. This is right here saying 20-year war. But this is probably adding proxies and other destabilizations, but what I thought it was a 10-year war. But this shit says November 1st, 1955 to April 30th, 1975. But I think that's different proxy war. I want to say that's something different. Because what I've always heard, it was a 10-year war. You know what I'm saying? 10 years. Stopped at I guess fucking 65. But I don't know, man. But you know what? I heard it was a 10-year war. I thought it was from 59 to 69. I didn't know. I thought it wasn't from 1955 to 1975. You know what I'm saying? Far be it from me, though. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Men of Valor, if you got the game, go buy it, play it. It's only on Xbox Original. I don't think you can get it on no Game Pass, because there's certain games you can't get on Game Pass, and I got Game Pass for the new Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I can't get NBA Street 2 on Game Pass, but I bought it for $10 at a video game store because I wanted to fucking nerd out and dork out on my own terms. I've only played it on the PS2, but this is my first time playing it on Xbox, and it's pretty alright. But it's still weird not having the fucking R1 and R2 or R1, L1, you know. But oh well, it is what it is, right? And lastly but not least, let's just leave you with what Vietnam did give us. I mean, other than just still America being dope as fuck, freedoms, and the lesson that guerrilla warfare is a bitch, and that was the first time we went through guerrilla warfare. We knew that their non-lethal, non-incendiary devices were spikes with shit on them. Tree swingy spikes, a lot of spikes, holes with spikes, trees with spikes, blow darts, shit like that, you know what I mean? And but it gave us a lesson on that even more, that it's tougher, which was what gave us a lot of learnings for the wars that we're in now, which are in cities. It's a different jungle. It's not a jungle of trees and plants and dirt and alligators. You know what I mean? It's a jungle of landmines and car landmines and windows and city jungle. You know, it's a city jungle now. But yeah, it taught us that lesson. And it also made good movies. Vietnam, if not one thing, gave us great movies and a great soundtrack. Those boys in blue, wear the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. You know, Creedence Clearwater Revival would not be around if it wasn't for no goddamn Vietnam. Creedence Clearwater Revival wouldn't have no goddamn hits if it wasn't for no goddamn Vietnam. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Down, 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 down. People told me long. All right, anyways, there's a calm before the storm, I know. It's been calling for some time. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, they gave us hella good soundtracks. Down, down. Oh no, that's the same one I saw. Oh, the red, white, and blue. Okay, so 2 tracks. They gave us 2 hot fire tracks. Oh no. Riders on the Storm. Down, down. I think that could be the Doors, but I don't know. It even gave us another one. What the fuck was that shit? I forgot what it was. Hold on, let me get a little pause skis. What am I at right now? Oh, I'm at 10%. All right, but yeah, it gave us hella tracks. I forgot some of them. I was listening to them earlier. God damn it, I can't believe I forgot. But yeah, you know, it gave us great movies. It gave us some shit with Mel Gibson. It gave us Forrest Gump. Without Vietnam, we would have no Forrest Gump. Without Vietnam, for damn sure, we would have no Tropic Thunder. Without Vietnam, we would not have Tropic Thunder, you guys. So that's that. Vietnam was a blemish and a terrible thing in the U.S. history, but it was still a triumph for us to learn about things that we didn't know going into war. And we learned that there's more money in what the fuck was that fool who said it? It was on the Pat Benatar show. He's like, there's more money immortalizing the veteran than there is helping the veteran. Which is true, and it sucks. But at least I think we did learn to like not shame veterans for what they do. Because that is our kind of, in a way, you know, well, no, it ain't no, never mind. It ain't no Nazi shit, because fuck the Nazis. But some people said the Nazis, some would say they're just following orders. You know what? In fucking Vietnam, they were just following orders, clearing out villages, doing what they needed to do, you know. It's different when it's your home team and they fuck up and they do whatever. You're willing to look past certain things. You know what I mean? I mean, not Germany, because they really knew that they fucked up and they outlaw that shit. You know what I mean? Here in America, if I see a Vietnam veteran, I'm like, yo, thank you for your service, my man. I'm sorry for what happened to you or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? All the way, I'm sorry. I don't do that. You know, I just show them their respect and say thank you. And God bless America. So, yeah, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everything. USA all day. Shout out to any other countries who fuck with me though. I hope you guys do your thing, get better at what you want to get better. Maybe we'll get better at what you think we need to get better. But you know what? It's USA all day. We're already number one, baby. And as long as we believe we're number one, we'll stay number one because that belief is what keeps us going. You know what I mean? So, Dom Soy! All that American talk about my cheers is fucking not.